Good morning. John Gelkison, Aero Stealth here. It is Wednesday, October 4th, 2023. And I just wanted to shoot a quick video this morning on a compilation of all the miles we've driven our EV and the cost. And the reason for this is because I ran into a video the other day by News Coolum, and he was doing the same thing, but he said that he lived in an apartment and he did a lot of DC fast charging and some charging at work and at relatives' houses when he visited them. So, and he lives in California too. So his take on it was that his EV cost might have been about the same as a gas vehicle, which isn't the case for us. We bought our 2019 Chevrolet Bolt in June of 2021, and so we've owned it a little over 2 years and 5 months or something like that. And I have records for a total of 43,525 miles. It seems to be, I seem to be missing 335.3 miles, and I don't know whether that was a trip log or something that was a one-off that I inadvertently deleted or what. I'd have to go over the numbers again real carefully to make sure this is the case, but it's not relevant for the number of miles that I have recorded, which is almost all of them that I've driven. I do have the data. So over this 43,525 miles, I've incurred a cost, and this includes DC fast charging on trips, $1,265 in cost. And when you divide the miles into the cost, you end up with 2.9 cents per mile on average. Now, this figure used to be higher. It was probably closer to 3.5. But last December, almost a year ago, we got a rate rider on our house for EV charging, and we charge between midnight and 8 a.m., and that lowered our cost to 4.7 cents a kilowatt hour for charging our car. And this is what's brought down the average cost per mile from 3.5 down to 2.9 cents per mile. It may go even lower over time, but it is what it is. So what I have here is, under the rate rider, I've driven 13,737 miles, and the equivalent before, when I first got the car, I drove 12,532 miles underneath my 12 or 13 cents a kilowatt hour rate. And so I'd have to break that down into percentages, which I haven't done. But just as a quick addendum here, if I had a 30 mile per gallon gas car over 43,525 miles, I would end up using 1,450 gallons of fuel. And at $3.50 a gallon, right now the going rate for gasoline around here is higher than that, but it's been lower than that in the past. Anyway, the total cost would end up being $5,077. So you can see there's quite a big difference between $5,077 and $1,265 for my electric car. So just even a quick math on that. I'll just give you a rough figure. In other words, my electric car was costing about a quarter, 25% of what a gas car would. And if you're in the 50% range, which is where I think I used to be, that would be still a good figure. Cutting your costs in half. What people don't understand normally about electricity is that the price of a gallon equivalent of electricity is generally higher than gasoline. It's like $4.50 a gallon. And so anytime you're buying gasoline under $4.50 a gallon, you're going to be doing better than you would be buying electricity, in the amount that's equivalent to a gallon. However, you got to understand that the electric car is 3 to 4 times more energy efficient, and that's what makes up the big difference. So, and I hear a lot of people say that electricity is cheaper than gas, and it's not. But it is for me at 4.7 cents a kilowatt hour for my whole house rate rider. I'm paying the equivalent of $1.75 a gallon. And on top of that, I'm getting over 120 miles per gallon. So that's why I've dipped below 3 cents a mile for cost down to 2.9. And it'll probably go lower, as I said. Another thing is that well, I lost my train of thought there, so I'm going to let that one go. I'm sorry about that. So that's my report. It's not a hard equation, and I don't know why there's so much misunderstanding about it. And it's just the way to go. Electricity is, it's clean, quiet, and it's a lot more efficient, and you're reducing your carbon footprint when you switch to electric drive. So I'm going to go ahead and post this, and that's all I have for you this morning. It's just recently, we've had all this stuff going on. I had this stuff going on with my hand surgery, which I'm about ready to take this off here in a few days. And then we got a annular eclipse in western Texas. We're going to go stay in Andrews, Texas to observe the annular eclipse, which passes right over that little town. And on April 8th, 2024, we got to make a trip to the middle part of Texas, over there towards San Antonio, to observe the total solar eclipse that's going to pass over the state of Texas and up and through Oklahoma, Missouri, and so forth on into Ohio. So anyway, I always view annular eclipses as like a shakedown cruise for doing a total eclipse. Although this is only my second total eclipse coming. Because of my hand surgery and so forth, I haven't been able to use my new telescope that much. So this weekend, this Friday, I'm going to get with a friend and we're going to drive over to Rockhound State Park with my new telescope in order to do a public star party. And he's going to help me with the setup. And hopefully by the time my annular eclipse things comes around, I'll be in better shape for moving that gear around. And the other thing I want to test out is fitting this 10-inch telescope, this Dobsonian, into the back seat and in the rear, the rocker box and all that stuff into the rear of the electric car. And also I want to be able to haul a parallelogram mount and a pair of binoculars, which I have solar filters for. So all this is a test for that. And that would be nice to get that done this coming Friday night. And then when we get ready to go on the annular eclipse, we know everything fits and we can plan accordingly. So, see you all down the road, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.